Hey, YouTube. Oh, forgot my drink. Hold on. All right, people. I take a lot of pills, so I always got a dry throat. All right, good morning, YouTube. I'm going to speak for a minute here about this situation with Malik Yoba. I saw The Root interview, and what I would say about that interview was, yes, it ended right. Good for you, Malik Yoba. They tricked him. This was his gotcha reporting. So apparently he had a discussion when this interview was coming up. He knows all the controversies, and they know all the controversies that are floating around since Malik Yoba has come out in support of transgender people and people who date them, right? So there's apparently some allegations against him. Things have come forward. Enemies have set these people up, more than likely. This is a sidebar. When people are outraged, they're so outraged. Oh, this woman is claiming that you solicited her as a young girl. She was a young trans woman. She was only 13, 16. Think about that before you put your children out. Think about the injustice of a man having sex with essentially a child. When you put your kids out, I won't have that in my house. And all these trans people, all the stories I've heard over the years, and all these people with these horrible, tragic stories have been thrown out into the streets, usually when they're teens, many times when they're preteens. Thrown out into the street. And what the hell do you think happens to them? What do you think, they worked at McDonald's? They ain't got nowhere to live. They need a little bit more money than McDonald's offers. So what do you think they're doing out there? Kills me. Oh, I'm outraged. She was only 16. People who have messed with prostitutes, you know you cannot swear to the fact of the age of each and every one of those individuals. First of all, they're selling themselves as prostitutes. Secondly, women, hair, makeup, earbobs, they can make themselves look like whatever age they want to make them look like. If they are in a position where they're out there selling themselves, especially, and I don't know the story of this person who's accusing him or whatever. I don't want to get way into that because I haven't really researched the story. But you don't know how old people are. You assume they're grown. They're prostitutes. Anyway, back to the story. So he discovered at some point that they just wanted to get him on here to address these allegations. This is probably a hater. This reviewer had a smug look. Every time he said anything about a transgender person, he got that ridiculous hat on his head. Anyway. So they tried this gotcha type of interview. Then he asked for the what do you call that thing? The thing you put in the camera. He wanted to reserve all of the evidence of this encounter. They wouldn't even give it to him. We can't give you our camera. What if you start knocking niggas out and taking the shit out of there? That was wrong with how they did him. Particularly since they had met before this thing and discussed for 4 hours what they were going to discuss. So I guess they just pretended to be interested in what he was talking about. Because these people, they're not interested in the rights of no transgender people. Trans people do not fall for this shit. They want to distract you. You finally have someone who's going to speak on your behalf, someone that many people who would not have listened will listen to, someone who wants to do good work. Never questions a man's motives. You don't know what his motives are. These people, they do not give a shit about the plight of transgender people. They don't. The way the transgender people are treated in this country, it is despicable and disgusting. These people would not, if they saw her hair on fire, they wouldn't spit on her to put it out. So why are they so offended? Oh, there are allegations. You did this and you did that. Like they care. Malik Yoba, on the subject of Malik Yoba, how many people, let's count on our fingers, how many people have come forward, men who date trans women, and spoken up, how many celebrities, and spoken up for the rights, concerns of transgender people? How many? I'm trying to think of them. That's right, none. So you got one. Now all of the snakes want to come out of the ground to accuse this man and distract him from his mission. So he couldn't even go on here and tell what his concerns were in this interview, because this interviewer was so much more interested in getting him because of some allegations. Are these allegations proven in court? Do we know even who this person is? What their motivations were for coming forward? And what was she having her ass out here with these grown men at 13 and 16? What was the circumstances there? You can't swear that if you've ever been with a working person, you can't swear at what age they were. And you ain't checking IDs, so don't lie. You have a chance for someone to speak up for you. Just like when Barack Obama, I know he didn't change the laws around gay marriage, but he was a voice. When Barack Obama came out in support of gay marriage, it made a difference. When he painted the White House with rainbow flags, it made a difference. Someone outside of the community was willing to stand up and say, you know what, that's wrong, and we should stop doing those people that way. So, people gonna say, oh, you gotta care about the kids. Do you care about the kids when you put them out of your house at 12, 13, 14 years old? When do you start caring about these kids? Do you care about them when you don't give them a job in any kind of retail space? Do you care about these kids when they're still in school and they got to leave because they ain't got nowhere to live? Pain, outrage. Let this man speak. You don't, trans people, pay attention. You don't know when you might get another voice. Another voice speaking on your behalf. Not that it's going to be all up to him. It's going to be all up to us. But you have a voice there. Someone bold enough to come forward. Speak on your behalf. Don't be distracted. There are these people who care so much about trans people. Anyway, there's my 2 cents on Malik Yoba. Good for you, bro. I know you wanted to get rid of the evidence of you losing your temper. We all get mad. When I went to my psychiatrist or therapist, I said, I have an anger problem. I had just gotten clean. I maybe been clean for 6 months. I said, I have an anger problem. I keep going off. And then he tell me, well, what happened? Why'd you go off? And it was something that really actually happened. Something with a bus driver. That was my thing. Going off on my temper with bus drivers, whatever. But anyway, the guy was rude and nasty to me. And he said, "What? Do you hit anybody? Did you knock any windows out? What did you do? Did you threaten a man's life?" I said, "No, I didn't do any of that. I just cussed him out." He said, everybody gets mad. It's not abnormal to get angry. People get angry. And that's what happened here. He got angry. He felt ambushed. So I don't see it as a bad thing. Should have ended the interview. I would have ended it. Later, people.